The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Krak. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate. You want to be a real estate investor, do you? You must stick around. Also, what's going on in the appraisal world, and should you file an insurance claim on your house? It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Krak. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
You Have Real Estate is proudly sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, your full-service window and door replacement company. Learn more at rbafla.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate, as always, brought to you by my wonderful friends at Renewal by Andersen. I'm your host, Justin Krak. A great show ahead for you today. But first, a little special something for you today. A lot of you are thinking about selling your home. I don't blame you. The market's still pretty good. But you go to Zillow and you're like, I don't know. Is this right? Is this what my house is really worth? And oftentimes, Zillow is not accurate whatsoever. If you call the phone number on the screen, 407-205-0400, we will give you an accurate valuation of your home. And if we list your home, we'll show it off right here on the television program. Great show in store for you today. But first, the opening statement. All right, so we hear all about these insurance claims now, and insurance carriers dropping you left and right. They're raising your rates, and it's made you scared to file insurance claims. Should you be scared? Also, you're selling your home or buying a home. The appraisal process is something very important when it comes to especially buying a home. Let's talk about appraisals and answer your questions about appraisals today as well. And we will do so by asking real questions. Every week in here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. We will kick it off today with my good buddy, insurance attorney to the stars, Greg Krak is here. Greg, how are you?
You're doing great, Justin. Thanks for having me.
You must hear it all the time, right? People are scared to file insurance claims. Their house can be devastated. They don't want to file because the insurance company is going to drop me. They're going to raise my rates. Why are people thinking that?
I think really what they hear from the media, what they hear from lawmakers up in Tallahassee, I think it's overblown quite a bit. I've been handling insurance claims for homeowners and business owners for over 20 years now, and I rarely see that. Now, there are, people that make 3-4 insurance claims in a 12-month period. They probably need to worry about getting dropped. But if you just make one claim every 3 to 4 years when a disaster hits, then I don't think you really have that worry. You're probably not going to get dropped, but what you need to do, whether you make a claim or not, is you need to make sure you repair that property damage, or it's going to hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, it's fascinating that as a state we passed new laws, I guess a couple of years ago now, that were designed to lower our rates, right? That's what they said. They're like, oh, we're going to pass these new laws to make these claims more difficult, but it's going to lower the rates for everyone, which is fascinating. Because in my office, at my firm, people come in and they're complaining. Every single person that comes in says, my insurance rates have skyrocketed. It's had the opposite effect, it feels like to me.
I don't know about yours, mine have too.
So have mine.
Mine continue to skyrocket. And the lawmakers, I think the lawmakers in Tallahassee misled the public. They said, look, because of all these roof claims, because of all these lawsuits, that is why our rates are skyrocketing. And they took that away. They bailed out the insurance companies, and they prevented or made it much more difficult for people to hold their insurance companies accountable through a way of lawsuits and other things. But our rates continue to go up. Right. So that has not occurred. In fact, I heard the other day that our rates in Florida are triple the average for the rest of the country, which is just insane. I understand they should be higher based on we live on a peninsula, we're more susceptible to these bad storms and bad weather all the time. But to be triple the average rate is just crazy.
It's a damn beautiful peninsula, though, I'll tell you that much.
That is true.
It's a little hot this time of year. So what should someone do, okay? Hurricane season's approaching. Let's say a hurricane comes through. I do have damage to my home. What is the next step for me as a homeowner? Because I've been paying the rates. They should fix my home. What do I do when I have damage to my home?
Okay. Well, the biggest thing is to be prepared if you hear a storm is coming. I mean, really, before a hurricane gets here, you should actually take pictures of the inside and outside of your house so you have it documented, especially a personal property, because when everything's damaged, It's complete chaos. You don't know who to believe. You have people come and knock on your door asking to give estimates. You have damaged, you have no electricity. How do I keep track of all my damaged items before I throw them out? Take pictures beforehand so you can show those to your insurance company. Make sure you have your policy and your phone number, where to report the claim. And then once you report it, call your insurance company, give them notice as quickly as possible. That's the key. As quickly as possible. Have licensed experts come in to restore your property, but have them give you estimates. Make sure they're licensed and local. That's important as well.
I had a client the other day telling me they had an insurance claim going, and they said, well, I've been with State Farm for over 35 years. I know they're going to take good care of me. It was just the opposite, Greg. Is there any real loyalty when it comes to these insurance carriers?
There's not. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
I say, I haven't made a claim, like you said, I haven't made a claim in 30 years, but I have my boat with them, have my cars with them, have my house with them. Tell them that, please, Greg, tell them that. I'm like, I'm sorry, I've got 3 words for you. They don't care.
That's right.
They don't care. But it is helpful to cooperate with the insurance company during their investigation. Give them whatever information, whatever documentation they're requesting.
What are the reasons why insurance companies deny claims?
Do we have about an hour?
Yeah, I know.
A few things that kind of make the top of the list. One is, like I mentioned before, lack of cooperation by the property owner. Secondly, they'll deny claims saying that it was caused by wear and tear. Say, this did not happen recently. This is just old damage. We'll send out an expert, and then the expert comes back and says, yep, this is just wear and tear, and that's not covered by the policy. And I agree with the insurance company, it's not a maintenance policy, but most of these claims that I see are recent storm damage. And the insurance company will hire what they call an expert, someone that they hire on a routine basis to go out there, put together a nice, pretty report, and what do you know? Their conclusion is it's caused by something that's excluded by the policy.
Shocking. That expert who makes all of his or her money from that insurance company sides with the carrier. Unbelievable, huh?
Correct.
All sorts of reasons. Here's what I think you should do. If you have a pending insurance claim, I would call Greg Krak immediately, 407-205-0400. He'll at least talk you through it. Maybe he can give you some guidance on what to do without having to hire him. Or maybe he says, look, we need to take this thing to the next level and really go after the recovery that you deserve. You're the one that paid that policy. These absurd policies, they paid the policy. The insurance company should have to repair your home as well. Greg, always a pleasure, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Let's do this again. Do it more often. It's been too long.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Good to see you. Here's what we will do. A quick break. When we return, remember back in the days when you were getting a refinance and the guy would be like, call the appraiser and say I need to get $300,000 on this so we can get the mortgage right through. Are we still living in those days? As You Have Real Estate continues. Do you have allergies? Do your children have allergies? Well, at least you know in your home you are safe from allergies, right? No, you're not. The windows in your home can be giving allergies a major boost to your family, and this is very scary. Dan Brigman's here, Renewal by Anderson. You think when you're in your house, you're safe from all this outdoor stuff. But you're not.
You're absolutely right. You think so, but what we've learned is as the season gets warmer and these allergies start to come out, what also happens is our AC runs a lot more, right? When your AC runs, remember, there's a return in the house. It's sucking air from somewhere. If you have broken seals in your window, that pollen, those allergenic, anything can be pulled through there, and the more that AC is running, the more those allergies that are coming into your home, and therefore you're waking up stuffed up.
Get your windows checked out. QR code is on the screen right now. You talk about AC, though. When I hear my AC running, I immediately think my electricity bill. Oh, my gosh, it's that time of year where I have to pay a ton of money to my electricity bill. Windows, though, contribute to that bill as well. 100%.
It's time to put a stop to the high energy bills. You have to. And there's a lot of other reasons to make the investment, but that's one of the biggest ones. What will happen is when you replace these windows, which equate to about 25% of the square foot of your home, that's a lot of glass. That's one whole wall of the house. All of that sun beating in, and on even the chilly days, that heat that you have inside going out, that will reduce your energy bill somewhere between the neighborhood of 20 and 30%. In most cases, will reduce that payment enough to pay for the windows themselves.
I love it, Dan. Thank you. Great job as always. Do yourself a favor. Check out your windows today with Renewal by Anderson. Welcome back to the show. I have a little story coming up that I've never told you, something I did way back in the day that I think will be a little bit surprising to you. But first, Viv's in your neighborhood. It's one of my favorite cities right down the street. Great restaurants, great places to hang out. Viv's in Winter Park.
I'm featuring Winter Park today, and some might say it's one of our pricier neighborhoods in Central Florida. Just a short drive north of Orlando, it's known for its charm, shopping, dining, and outdoor activities. One of those activities includes the Winter Park Scenic Boat Tour. This tour highlights the city's canals and lakes, along with some pretty amazing real estate. Winter Park has a European feel with its brick buildings and large tree canopies that shadow its cobblestone streets. It's also home to Rollins College, the oldest private college in Florida. It was built to mirror the city's beauty and architecture. Students and locals enjoy shopping and dining along Park Avenue, one of the many streets that includes upscale stores with casual and fine dining options. The median household income is about $95,000, and the median home value in 2023 was $480,000. What's a historic town without a museum? This city is home to the Charles Morse Museum of American Art and Alvin Polacek Museum and Sculpture Gardens. Winter Park enjoys hosting various festivals and parades throughout the year. They boast a superior farmers market that you won't want to miss either. You'll find all types of homes, from the classic Southern columns to the spacious modern home. With over 30,000 residents, it's home to a diverse demographic, and natives tell you they wouldn't want to live anywhere else. If you want more information on Winter Park and what's available, please call me, Vivian Lehman, at 407-205-0400.
I was in college and I thought I was making so much money. You have no idea, because I worked actually at an appraisal company. It was called Holmes Appraisals. I was a researcher, whatever that means. All I know is I had a camera and I drove around the whole Knoxville, Tennessee area and taking pictures of comps for the actual appraisers that work there. I thought I did a pretty good job. I made good money for college, but I think things have changed a lot in the appraisal world since then, 25 years now down the road. Who better to ask about the appraisal world now than Ken Gilroy, appraiser? How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm excellent. How are you?
So I'm great, thank you. So the appraisal world, I think, has changed a little bit, because back then it was really a matter of trying to get the highest appraisal you could get so the loan would go through. Then we had a lot of legal changes and things. How has the appraisal world changed over the last, say, decade?
Well, there had been a lot of pressure in the past, and recently in the last 5-10 years, they've changed the rules to where we don't get that pressure from the lender directly.
Right.
We get work through various parties, such as an AMC or individual realtors. So these pressures aren't there anymore.
Since COVID hit in March of 2020, I believe, really that's when it came here, I would say, we never expected the real estate market to skyrocket like it did. So that makes your job even harder, though, when you're dealing with a market that is going up so quickly. How do you keep up with current market prices?
It's basically the value ends up being what it is. We use the MLS and the realtor systems to find out what is sold and what's for sale, and come up with a value based on market value.
Yeah. Has it been more difficult since the prices went up so quickly, or what?
I don't believe so.
No?
Some homes fall short, and that's just because they were trying to be pushed, and the value is what it is at the end of the day.
As an appraiser, what are you looking for in the house? Are you looking at it has a pool? Are you looking at the kitchen's updated? What are the things that you're looking at to get a real valuation?
Oh, well, we take physical measurements of the exterior, then we go into the interior, and we definitely look for updates and renovations. Kitchens, baths are your number one dollar for dollar return. Pools, if it's in a neighborhood that has a lot of pools, then we do consider the value of that and try to come up with a market extraction as the cost for that.
So if I'm watching right now, thinking about maybe selling my house, but I want to do a little work on it before I sell it, what are some things people can do to make their house more valuable when it comes time to that appraisal?
Definitely any renovations of kitchens and baths, updated fixtures, flooring, paint. Everybody wants to live in a home that's new, even if it's 1970. They want it to feel new.
Right.
And that's the market trend. as it goes.
Yeah, if you have any questions, you're thinking about buying a home and you need an appraiser, I'd be happy to connect you with Ken, 407-205-0400. We found ourselves in a weird position the last couple of years as well, because a seller would list their home, a buyer would come in and make an offer on the home, but the appraisal sometimes would come in less than the mortgage would be. I mean, what happens to the transaction to that point when the appraisal comes in too low? Or maybe you don't care. Maybe that's not your deal.
That's not. I mean, the numbers don't lie when it comes down to it. We come up with a range in value based off of 3 to 6 sales, whatever it has. And, you know, we can be at the upper end or the lower end on that, depending on the renovations and updating.
Yeah.
But I don't worry about that, because it comes out to be what the value is at the end based on the process.
Right.
Lots of times people come out of pocket with cash to pay for those, the overage. So.
Yeah. What's the turnaround time for getting an appraisal done typically? How far in advance of this sale do I need to be ordering the appraisal?
Well, everybody wants it yesterday.
Of course, yeah. Welcome to my world.
However, 2 to 3 business days, but then the management company has to look at it. If it comes through a management company, if it's a lender who's like a credit union who doesn't have federally regulated transactions, then it may be a little less. But we get the appraisal over to whatever party, and then they do a quality control check on the report and make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So
back to my illustrious career as a researcher in an appraisal company. I had to go drive around and take pictures of 3 comps for every house they were appraising. Right. Literally, I had to physically go there and take the pictures. I imagine technology has changed and made the appraisal process a little bit more efficient now. How has technology helped you?
Technology has helped in the fact that we can use photos of comparables from an MLS system that the realtors use. So
I'm out of work, basically.
Yeah, some lenders are requiring original photos, though, which doesn't make sense to me, because they don't depict the property as it's sold, because lots of people put paint or do landscaping. Yeah. And so the picture's not as it was. It's not as comparable looking.
Right, exactly. Well, you're doing a great job. Everyone raves about you. He appraised my home as well that I recently bought in Lake Mary, and did a great job. Very quick, very swift. If you have any questions about appraisal, please reach out to Ken. Today, you will not regret that decision. Here's what we will do, a very quick break. When we return, some amazing values on some real estate just ahead as You Have Real Estate continues.
Moses, it's always so great seeing you. I know here at Old Ash, right in Orlando, you're the manager. You're doing an amazing job. I know you've certainly changed our lives. What do you say?
Oh, no doubt about it. Our electricity bill down, yet our house is cold. I can't think of anything better.
No, we love it, and your distributors love it. Tell us why they love working with Old Ash so much.
Well, let's talk about the brand a little bit. Besides being ranked number 2 in predictive reliability in air conditioning, we do take pride in providing good, excellent service.
Absolutely.
And get the people in and out as quick as we can.
That's helpful, especially they have so many things to do here in Central Florida. They've got to keep people cool. They've got to keep people like us cool, too. And I can be a little bit of a diva. So as long as I'm cool, it's good, right?
She is a little bit of a diva, not can be.
But the Duquesne system has really changed our lives. Why is that your go-to product?
It's been really reliable for us, and it's actually making a good mark in the industry.
And that warranty just the same as everyone else, too, if not better.
That's correct. That is correct.
I know we love it.
I love it.
We keep our house cool, but we maintain the system, and everyone here is so helpful and so reliable. I mean, if we have any questions, we have our go-to guys.
And honestly, it just looks cool
It
outside.
does.
It looks like an awesome
machine. And it's
machine.
quiet. That's the other thing. The technology's really allowed it to be quiet, so it's not going to bother us in the middle of the night either.
Mo, you're doing a great job, buddy.
Yeah,
Always
keep up the great work. We love seeing you, and thank you for keeping us cool.
You're welcome, guys. My pleasure.
So we are joined by one of Old Ash's loyal customers, Mark, Handy Air. You're crushing it, number 1. Tell us a little bit about Handy Air.
So we were established in 2007. We're a family-owned and operated company. We cover a large area, most of Central Florida. We just pride ourselves on excellent customer service and offering the customers the best brands that we can supply them for their budgets.
Absolutely. And talking about the best brands, people are just loving the Duquesne products. Why is
that? They've gone back to the kind of old school roots. The systems are much less complicated. which is phenomenal for a Florida environment.
Absolutely.
One of the main issues that we have here in Florida are lightning storms.
Yeah.
And they actually removed a lot of the control boards on the standard workhorse type units. And that saves customers a lot of money on service calls. But not just that, they're great to install. They have a great warranty, and they're just phenomenal products.
Yeah. Why do you love working with Old Ash? Why do you keep coming back?
We get treated extremely well by Old Ash, which means our customers get treated extremely well. The inventory selection here is phenomenal. The support on distribution is phenomenal. We really do get that red carpet service that we don't get with one of the huge distributors that are out there. And we get a very personal service.
Well, keep up the great work over at Handy Air.
Will do.
You've got to
Thank
check
you.
out Old Ash. They know what they're doing. Duquesne speaks for itself. I know it's changed our life, so get yours today.
Welcome back to the show. You want to become a property flipper, or maybe you're already investing in real estate, but you feel priced out here in Central Florida. You've looked in Winter Park, too expensive. Lake Mary, too expensive. What do? You just sit on the sidelines? No, you do not. You need to look in Northern Florida, a little bit untapped still for most people from Orlando, but you're sleeping on Ocala and Marion County if you've not started investing there. If you don't believe me, I'm joined by my good friends. Luis is here, Elisha's here, Ocala Realty World. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Thank you.
Not that you want us Orlando people coming there, I get it, but what a great market for people to invest in right now, for flippers even. You're working with a lot of people right now who are buying a house, maybe fixing up a little bit, and selling it and making a profit. Why is flipping such a good idea right now in Ocala?
Well, the price point is still about 40% less than almost all of Florida.
Yeah, exactly. And I love working with agents like you who kind of have your pulse on the market there too, because you can help guide me in what should I pay for this house, and then what am I going to list this house for? Keep it all in-house, and it makes the process so seamless. Make that profit and do it again and again and again and again. Where are you seeing your investors, Luis, right now coming from? Are they coming from Miami, Orlando? Are they in Ocala already?
Actually, everywhere. They know that for some reason there's a wave of properties that people cannot afford because of the inflation, and they just you knock on the door and give them a price, and you make the deal right there.
Yeah, if you are looking to flip real estate, I have a QR code on the screen for you right now, directly to Ocala Realty World. They can show you what's on the market right now. They can keep you updated in real time as new things come on the market. And sometimes they even have things that are not on the market now that they can put an offer in and really guide you with, okay, this is what I think we should pay for this one, and then also guide you on selling it after you do whatever renovation, or sometimes no renovation at all, Elisha.
Absolutely. And because of the buyers that we have in waiting and the investors that we've been working with for so many years, that we, people say like, oh, I have properties that are not on the market, but we actually do, because we're constantly getting sellers that they can't sell it because it needs a lot of work. So when you come to experience and a brokerage and a broker that has been around for a while, that's how you're really gonna, get a deal.
It's called They Know Everybody in the Northern Florida market, and it's not just Marion County, it's not just Ocala. Some of the surrounding areas are becoming really hotbeds for investing.
Yeah. Well, now we see a lot of investors buying water from properties.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a gold mine, because remember, something that you cannot make new is land.
True.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
And a lot of investors are picking up these lots on the river, on lakes, and that's where you make the most, really serious, a lot of money.
I also think a lot of us are concerned about the upcoming election and what that might do to the stock market. And maybe you have some cash sitting around and you're afraid to just leave it there in Apple stock or whatever. I think a lot of people are looking in Marion County and the surrounding counties, buy some land and kind of sit on it for a while.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that we're seeing a wave of too is there's a lot of developers that they just blanket blast market and send out letters to landowners, especially because they're absentee owners because they don't live on vacant land. But what a lot of owners are catching on is that those letters they're getting, that they're really lowballing them.
Yeah.
So then they call us which is a really good thing to do.
Of course.
And we're able to get them a whole lot more, and they can sell it.
And in fact, if you own land that maybe your family's been sitting on for a long time, it wouldn't hurt to call Luis and Elisha about, hey, maybe this is a gold mine that you didn't know about. To you, it's just a piece of property that you got to pay to have mowed every now and again. You could be sitting on a lot of valuable property there too, especially in this day and age. I would absolutely call Elisha and Luis today, or again, hit that QR code on the screen and they'll get right back with you. And it is kind of nice when you have land, Luis, that you buy and you can leave it to generations of your family for them to maybe sit on it until maybe it is worth a lot of money, because that does happen.
You know, what's going on in Ocala is exactly the same thing that it went on in Miami, then West Palm, Port St. Lucie, Orlando, and now most of the property owners are moving up to either Lake City or crossing the border into Georgia, because we're getting a lot of new buyers in.
But we definitely don't turn away anyone from Orlando. We're happy to welcome them.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have welcomed me with open arms, so I know. And I'm just saying, a lot of people in Orlando now are struggling, real estate investors, they're struggling to find anything to buy here, and it hasn't hit them until right now that just north, an hour north of here, there are some great bargains on property still that you can flip and really make some money. Luis, Elisha, you're heading to Miami now. We'll drive safely. Thank you. Great information as always. Connect with Ocala Realty World today, 407-205-0400. Thank you to my guests, to our amazing crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. Here we are on an actual job site with Justin and Corey, Universal Roof and Contracting. A lot of roofing companies literally don't even come out from beginning to end. You're here literally from beginning to end.
Yeah, from the first appointment. You know, this is a big decision. It's a big investment, and it's a lot to think about. So I think I came here 4 times total and sat down with the homeowner at his kitchen table, and we just talked this out step by step, making sure it was the next right move for him.
Yeah, and you know, financing is available. When you buy a new roof, it can be expensive. We get it. Your prices are great, obviously, but a roof is going to be expensive no matter what. You've made it easy to get a new roof.
We sure have. We have payment plans. We have flexible financing. We have all kinds of avenues we can go down with you to make sure you're getting the best interest rates and the most flexible monthly payment, just to make sure you're not being put in a position you don't want to be in.
Yeah, and it's hurricane season now. Literally, hurricane season is coming right up. If you have a leaky roof, your roof is aging, Universal Roof and Contracting will come out and see you totally free of charge. Literally get on your roof and see what is going on, things that maybe you cannot see, and it costs you nothing. QR code is on the screen, or call the phone number as well. And that's what you do that is different. You do come out, you sit with the homeowner and really evaluate what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, these satellite estimates, that's garbage.
Which is what everybody's doing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's complete garbage. For instance, on this house, you know, I noticed that there was some bad stucco. You can't see that from a satellite. So we knew to be prepared and to paint that expectation up front for the homeowner. And being general contractors, we knew that we could, you know, figure that out and fix it all in one big swoop.
Trustworthy as well. Universal's been around a long time.
31 years, man. We're not going anywhere. We're deeply rooted in this area, and that's we built our entire reputation on honesty, integrity, and nothing's going to change moving forward.
I'm happy to be out here at a real job site with you, but I've already seen you in action. You know, you did my roof as well and did a great job. And again, it wasn't just the roof. There were other things involved as well. Keep up the great work, guys.
Thank you, man.
As always,
Appreciate
good to see you. Do yourself a favor right now. Check out Universal Roof and Contracting today.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.